Have you ever felt that hunger that never goes away, even after eating? Or that bloated belly that won't disappear no matter how much you diet? What if I told you the problem might not be the food, but rather a silent hormone sabotaging your body? This hormone not only prevents you from losing weight, but also quietly destroys your liver. And the worst part? You might be experiencing this right now, without even knowing it. But don't worry. In today's video, you'll discover the 7 hidden signs that your insulin is out of control, even if you're not diabetic. Natural methods to lower insulin and unlock your body's ability to burn fat for real. A simple at-home test that reveals if your liver has already started to recover. Stay with me until the end, because the last sign is the most dangerous, and 90% of people ignore it. If you've tried everything to lose weight or restore your health, this might be the most important video you'll watch today. Now, imagine this. You wake up in the morning and before even thinking about coffee, you feel an intense hunger, like you haven't eaten in days. Your stomach is growling. You prepare a healthy breakfast, maybe whole wheat bread, some fruit, a juice. But an hour later, the hunger comes back stronger than ever. So you grab a snack, then have lunch. And still, nothing seems to be enough. Believe me, this is not normal. This is a silent sign that your insulin is out of control. And here's the big secret no one tells you. You don't need to be diabetic to have high insulin levels. That's because insulin resistance can start years before a diabetes diagnosis. And during that time, it acts like an invisible saboteur. But what's really happening inside your body? Insulin is a hormone produced by your pancreas. Its function is simple: to take sugar from your blood and push it into your cells, where it will be used for energy. But when you consume too many refined carbohydrates, like bread, pasta, white potato juices, or when you eat every 3 hours thinking you're boosting your metabolism, your insulin never goes down. Your pancreas keeps releasing insulin repeatedly until your cells get tired and stop responding. The result? Sugar stays in your bloodstream. Your pancreas tries to compensate by releasing even more insulin. And, with nowhere else to go, your body converts that sugar into fat, storing it directly in your liver and abdomen. Now, answer this. Have you ever tried dieting and exercising but your belly just wouldn't go away? It's not your fault. It's uncontrolled insulin blocking fat burning. And the worst part, this fat isn't just visible on your belly, it also builds up in your liver, causing the dreaded fatty liver disease, hepatic steatosis. The problem? This process can happen without any obvious symptoms, until one day you find out you have pre-diabetes, fatty liver disease, or something worse. But don't worry, this can be reversed, and I'm going to show you how. First, we need to find out if your insulin is already high right now. Because your body is already sending signals, you just need to learn how to recognize them. Let's go over the 7 hidden signs that your insulin is sabotaging your health. And the third sign is the most dangerous, because almost no one notices until it's too late. Now, how can you tell if your insulin is out of control, even without a diabetes diagnosis? The truth is, your body is already sending signals, but they are subtle and often ignored. If you recognize 2 or more of these symptoms, this is a warning. Your insulin may be sabotaging your health right now. And the third sign is the most dangerous, because 90% of people never notice it until it's too late. Pay close attention. 1. Constant hunger, even after eating. Do you finish lunch, and an hour later feel like you could eat all over again? This happens because when insulin is elevated, sugar doesn't enter your cells properly, so they stay hungry. It's like having a full gas tank, but the fuel never reaches the engine. Your brain sends an alert. We're out of energy. Eat more. The result, you eat more and more, but the feeling of hunger never goes away. If you feel like you're constantly snacking even after a big meal, uncontrolled insulin may be the reason. Then weight gain, especially around the belly. Do you have that hard, bloated belly that seems impossible to lose? This happens because insulin is a storage hormone. Every time insulin is high, your body locks in fat, especially around your organs, creating visceral fat. The result? The scale won't budge. Your clothes feel tighter around your waist, and that bloated feeling never goes away, even with dieting. Even if you're pushing yourself at the gym, insulin is blocking fat burning. 3. Uncontrollable cravings for sugar and carbs. This is the most dangerous sign because it seems harmless, but it's not. If you have an unexplained craving for bread, pasta, cookies, sweets, chocolate, or even excessive amounts of fruit, this is a red flag. When insulin is high, it pushes sugar out of your bloodstream too quickly. And guess what happens next? Blood sugar drops dramatically, and your brain panics. Low sugar. We need carbs now. The result? You eat something sweet. Insulin spikes again, and you enter a never-ending cycle. If you feel like you need something sweet after lunch, this isn't just a craving. It's uncontrolled insulin. 4. Fatigue after eating. Do you ever feel an overwhelming sleepiness right after lunch? This is a classic sign of insulin resistance. Here's why. When insulin is high, your cells can't absorb glucose properly to create energy. Result? You end up feeling exhausted, even after eating. It's like filling up your gas tank, but your car's still stalling on the road. If you experience extreme tiredness after meals, this is a hidden sign of high insulin. 5. Difficulty losing weight, despite dieting and exercising. Have you ever cut calories, exercised regularly, stopped eating sweets, yet the scale refuses to move? This isn't a lack of effort. It's insulin sabotaging you. Why? When insulin is high, your body goes into storage mode. It doesn't release fat to be burned. Result? You do everything right, but your weight stays the same because insulin blocks fat burning. How many of these signs did you recognize? If it's 2 or more, your insulin may be sabotaging your progress, even if you're not diabetic. But don't worry, the good news is this can be fixed. And in the next section, I'll show you how to lower your insulin naturally, with 5 simple strategies you can start today. And the third method is the most powerful, because it speeds up liver fat burning at record speed. So stay with me. Now that you've recognized the hidden signs of uncontrolled insulin, the question is, how can you reverse this without medication? The good news is that there are 5 natural strategies to quickly lower insulin, allowing your body to burn fat for real. Pay close attention to the third method, because it's the key to unlocking fat burning in your liver. Let's get started. 1. Follow a healthy ketogenic diet. If you want to lower insulin, the first step is to eliminate blood sugar spikes. How? By reducing refined carbohydrates, such as bread, pasta, white rice, and sweets. Replace them with healthy fats: avocado, olive oil, coconut oil. High-quality proteins: eggs, fish, grass-fed meats. Low-starch vegetables: broccoli, kale, spinach. Practical tip: limit your carbohydrates to 20-50 grams per day. Build meals rich in healthy fats and green vegetables. Result: your insulin drops drastically, and your body starts using stored fat as fuel. 2. Practice intermittent fasting. Now, if you want to speed up insulin reduction, stop eating every 3 hours. Every time you eat, even a healthy snack, your insulin rises. The solution? Intermittent fasting. How to start? Try the 16-8 method. Fast for 16 hours. Eat within an 8-hour window. For example, from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Result: during fasting, your insulin levels drop, forcing your body to burn fat for energy. This is like hitting the reset button on your metabolism. 3. Reduce meal frequency. If you've heard that you need to eat every 3 hours to boost your metabolism, forget it. It's a myth. Every time you eat, even a small meal, your insulin rises. If you eat 5 to 6 times a day, your insulin never has time to drop. The solution: eat fewer meals per day, but make them nutritious. How to do it? Focus on 2 to 3 complete meals per day. Include proteins, healthy fats, and vegetables in each meal. Result: Your body won't experience constant insulin spikes and will finally access stored fat for energy. This gives your metabolism a chance to breathe and burn fat continuously. 4. Choose the right fiber, non-starchy vegetables. This isn't about cutting all carbs, but rather choosing the right ones. Vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, arugula, and spinach are rich in fiber that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Why does this matter? These bacteria produce a substance called butyrate, which improves your insulin sensitivity. Result: your body responds better to insulin. Blood sugar spikes decrease. Visceral fat begins to melt away. Practical tip: include at least 2 to 3 cups of green vegetables per day. Pair them with olive oil or coconut oil to enhance nutrient absorption. This is like feeding your gut, so it works in favor of your hormonal health. 5. Get quality sleep and manage stress. Lastly, but extremely important, if you don't sleep well, your insulin will never drop. That's because lack of sleep and constant stress cause your body to release cortisol, the stress hormone. The problem? Cortisol raises blood sugar levels, forcing your body to release even more insulin. Result: even without eating, your insulin rises. Fat keeps accumulating in your liver. How to fix this? Get at least 7 hours of sleep per night. Before bed, practice deep breathing or guided meditation to lower cortisol. Avoid screens, phone, TV. 1 hour before bed, blue light disrupts melatonin and prevents deep sleep. When you sleep well, your insulin finally drops, and your liver starts to regenerate. These 5 strategies are simple, but powerful. And now that you know how to naturally reduce your insulin, how can you tell if they're already working in your body? I'll show you a simple home test, which reveals whether your insulin has already started to drop. And the final step of the test is the most important, because it indicates whether your liver has already started shrinking. So stay with me. Now that you've started implementing these strategies, how can you tell if your insulin is actually decreasing? You don't need to wait months for a lab test. There are 2 simple tests you can do at home, starting today. Grab a piece of paper and take notes. 1. The morning hunger test. This is one of the clearest signs that your insulin is dropping. How to do it. Tomorrow morning, right after waking up, don't eat anything immediately. Close your eyes and ask yourself, am I really hungry? Or is it just a habit? Results: if you wake up without hunger, congratulations, your insulin is stabilizing. If you wake up ravenous, this is a sign that your insulin is still high. Your body is still dependent on sugar as its main energy source. As your insulin drops, you'll notice that you wake up without that urgent need to eat. This is a clear sign that your body is starting to use fat as fuel. Do the fasting blood sugar test. This is an even more direct test. If you have a glucose meter, the device that measures blood sugar. How to do it. Measure your blood sugar as soon as you wake up, before eating or drinking anything. Write down the result. Results: 70 to 90 ml/dl. Excellent. Your insulin is under control. To 100 ml/dl. Caution. There are signs of insulin resistance. Above 100 ml/dl. Red alert. Your insulin is still high. The goal is to see these numbers drop over the weeks. If your fasting glucose starts falling into the 70-90 range, your body is finally regaining insulin sensitivity, and your liver is starting to shrink. Now I want to know, how did you wake up today? Extremely hungry? Or have you already noticed that you can go hours without eating? Comment below. I want to track your progress with you. But wait, don't leave yet. Because in the next episode, I will reveal the best natural supplements that accelerate liver detoxification. And without a healthy liver, your insulin will never fully drop. So hit the like button to support the channel, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next part of this series, because we're just getting started on restoring your health. If you haven't watched the previous videos in our series, How to Restore Your Liver Health, it is essential that you do so now. In the first episode, I talked about 8 foods you love that are destroying your liver. And in the second episode, I provided a complete guide with the 14 best foods to naturally detox your liver. So, I will leave the link to the playlist somewhere on the screen and in the description. In the next episode of this series, I will reveal the best natural supplements that help regenerate your liver, boosting visceral fat burning and enhancing your insulin sensitivity. If you've tried to lose weight but belly fat won't go away, even with a diet, believe me, the key might be in your liver, and I'll show you how to fix it quickly. So, like this video, this helps me keep bringing valuable content to you. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode of this series that will transform your health. Turn on notifications, because the video on how to regenerate your liver is coming soon, and I want you there with me. Now, which of these insulin-lowering strategies have you already tried? Intermittent fasting, ketogenic diet, or were you still stuck in the myth of eating every 3 hours? Tell me in the comments. I'll answer the best questions in the next video. I will leave all the references mentioned here, along with scientific evidence from renowned doctors, in the first pinned comment. If you want to check or further study the influence of insulin on the liver, you can find all the sources there. See you in the next episode.